Most parking lots look fine, until you actually try to use them. Here are 10 common parking design mistakes, and simple ways to fix them. Good parking design isn't just about fitting more cars. It's about safety, visibility, vehicle movement, and everyday usability. Let's look at 10 mistakes I see over and over again, and how to avoid them. Let's start with one of the most common mistakes. Our first mistake is using parking spaces that are simply too narrow. Many parking lots use narrow spaces where drivers can barely open the door. An average passenger car needs enough space for comfortable door clearance. A slightly wider parking space makes entering and exiting the vehicle much easier. Small changes like this greatly improve everyday usability. This parking space has the same width as all the others. But next to a wall, that's not enough. Drivers can barely open the door. Making the end parking space wider provides enough room to open the door comfortably without affecting the rest of the parking row. Sometimes one wider parking space is all it takes to solve the problem. Sharp corners make turning difficult, especially for larger vehicles. A simple corner radius creates a smoother and safer turning path. Adding a corner radius improves turning space and reduces conflict. Parking spaces placed too close to an intersection can block the driver's view. Vehicles approaching from the side remain hidden until the last moment, increasing the risk of collisions. Removing the corner parking space creates a clear visibility area. Drivers can see approaching vehicles much earlier, making the intersection safer for everyone. Good visibility is one of the simplest and most effective ways to improve parking lot safety. Pedestrians naturally choose the shortest route. Without a designated crossing, they have to walk through vehicle traffic, increasing the risk of conflicts. A clearly marked pedestrian crossing guides people to a safe route and makes drivers aware of where pedestrians are expected to cross. Separating pedestrian and vehicle movements is one of the most effective ways to improve parking lot safety. Not every parking lot includes an accessible parking space, even when one is needed. This makes the facility difficult or impossible to use for people with reduced mobility. Providing a properly designed accessible parking space improves accessibility and helps ensure the parking lot can be used by everyone. Accessible parking should always be considered during the initial design, not added later as an afterthought. People naturally choose the shortest path. Without a dedicated walkway, pedestrians have to walk between moving vehicles, increasing the risk of conflicts. A dedicated pedestrian walkway provides a clear and predictable route through the parking lot, improving safety for both pedestrians and drivers. An accessible parking space isn't fully accessible if users can't reach the sidewalk. Without a curb ramp, the space cannot be used safely. A properly placed curb ramp creates a continuous accessible route from the parking space to the pedestrian network. This parking lot maximizes the number of parking spaces, but leaves no room for trees. Large paved areas become hotter, less comfortable, and less attractive. By redesigning the layout and reserving space for tree islands, the parking lot becomes more comfortable while maintaining an efficient parking layout. Good parking lot design balances parking capacity with comfort, safety, and long-term usability. Modern vehicles, especially SUVs, are often wider than the cars these parking spaces were originally designed for. As a result, opening the door can become difficult or even impossible. Adding a buffer between parking spaces provides the extra clearance drivers need, making the parking space much more practical without major changes to the overall layout. Good parking design should reflect today's vehicle sizes, not those from decades ago. All the examples in this video were created using my own AutoCAD blocks. If you'd like to use them in your own projects, you can download the free AutoCAD block pack using the link in the description.